So, I've made late uploads before. Let me explain what happened with this one. I was so mad at Spencer Dinwiddie. I didn't know what to do with my life. And there have been a few times where I have admittedly let basketball get me so worked up. There's been times it's landed me in the hospital. Go back on, you feel me? And look to the original decision of Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving and how that impacted my life back in the day. It literally put me in the hospital. So it is not the first time that I have been so upset at something involving sports that I can't even function for a day. The next following quotes will not be of the mindset and the thought process and are not the views shared by everyone at Nets Republic. It's just sever the bond. I hate Spencer Dinwiddie so much, it has taken me 24 hours to think of a way to get on here and express that without cursing. I hate Spencer Dinwiddie so very, very, very much, and it's like now this man has some form of a hatred sandwich because it's him and Luka on the same team, and that's two individuals that I personally there's so much hate in this little heart, so much hate in this cholesterol-filled little heart. I don't know if I can take it. And I'm not too proud. A lot of people are too proud to admit that stuff. I am not one of them. I am not one of those individuals. I am confident and secure in my haterisms. I cannot stand either of them. Now, some of y'all, Spencer Dinwiddie is a very soft spot for y'all, right? Oh, did Angela Russell? Oh my God. I get that. I know you love your Rondé Hollis Jeffersons. You love your Jared Dudleys. I am banned from speaking ill of Brooke Lopez. Like, I understand. I get it. The only person that I feel like I have free range to poop upon and no one gets upset about it is Darren Williams. But outside of that, like, I understand y'all's history. I get it. But let's look at the recent history of Spencer Dinwiddie. Now, obviously, him tearing his ACL like the third game of last year, practically on Christmas, not that man's fault. I 100% agree with you. It's not his fault. It's not his fault in the slightest bit. He wasn't in control of that. It is what it is. Accidents happen. I got you. But the shenanigans that we received all the way leading up to the playoffs, a playoff series he never debuted in, which again is not his fault. Totally understand that. Even though Mavs was doing Rocky montage highlights up flights of stairs, hitting the so cool on that. You couldn't come back and help us. I understand that you were hurt. It is what it is. I'm not going to be upset about that. That's really a situation on us. We should have made it to the finals so that man could have came out the tunnel on some Willis Reed. I totally understand that. Cool. Not his fault. Bet. It is. It's not his fault. It is. It's not his fault. It is. I totally understand. It is. It's not his fault. It is. So bet it is. Totally get that. I totally understand that it's not his fault. It is. Totally get that it's not his fault. Anyway. But the amount of peanut gallery chatter we received from this man over the course of the season, it seemed like while we were doing everything in our powers to get the big three healthy and acclimated and surviving the roller coaster backlash that came from losing LaMarcus Aldridge 5 games to the season, which I understand he was going through it worse because he was the one going through the shenanigans. I understand that. But we never replaced him at the center position. We just had Blake out there and hoped for the best. Like, let's not forget that era. Let's not forget that arc. It was Blake and it was Blake, Bruce Brown, and Jeff Green. That's all we had left because Claxton, I can't remember, was he hurt at the end or was he just not playing? I can't remember what happened with Claxton, but Claxton was a non-factor last year. So it was really just Jeff Green, Bruce Brown, KD occasionally if we're feeling frisky, and Blake. That's all we had at center. After LaMarcus was gone, that's all we had. Oh, and DeAndre Jordan, who never played, so bad. That's all we had. And this man, Spencer Dinwiddie, was getting his Bitcoin hustle off. This man was getting his NFT hustle off. You know the South Park pandemic special? Not the pandemic special, the post-pandemic special. The one where they went to the future and they ran into Victor Chaus aka Professor Chaos, and it was Butters, and he was like incarcerated because he became a like psychopath NFT salesman. That is how I picture Spencer Dinwiddie. Just the Hawaiian shirt under the proper prim and pressed blazer. Like, I get it. He got shades on inside, even though he has no vision issues and it's not sunny indoors. That is that man's hustle. He's got like the fake gold rolling on my wrist. Meek Mill shuffle type stuff. Specifically the Ace Hood watch. The Ace Hood watch where you clap and the piece falls off. He got the Ace Hood watch on. I'm dating myself, I understand that, but that's not even there. That is how I viewed Spencer Dinwiddie. Getting his cryptocurrency nastiness off. And trying to go at Josiah, demanding a max contract. Now you remember the first time he said he wanted a max contract, max with an X. A max contract, and we're sitting there like, bro, from who? Spence, where you getting that from? Where are you getting these metrics from? Where are you getting these numbers from? And he's crunching the numbers all up in Josiah's pockets, which I understand, like, now we are all in the, well, I'm not, but in the general camp of Joe is cheap and he don't want to spend money, but I'm talking the early days before we were all in agreement of that. Again, I'm not, but sure, right? This man's counting this man's pockets, saying, hey, yo, I deserve a max contract. Now, this is like fresh off the ACL tear. We're trying to see if we're getting hardened or not. Karis LeVert is like, Karis, God, I miss Karis. Sorry, Karis LeVert and Jared Allen. Oh, Jared Allen, I miss Jared Allen. Sorry, Karis LeVert and Jared Allen were starting to get into they bubble nets mode plus KD type stuff because Kyrie was gone somewhere. I can't remember if this was the Washington invasion thing or something else, or the birthday party with the, I can't remember what the reason was that Kyrie wasn't there for, that we all defended him for and looked like complete idiots now, but that's not even there. Whatever the reason why Kyrie was away with the team, it was basically the bubble nets and Kevin Durant. And we had just beat the Knicks and it was looking great and everything was looking spectacular. No. We were getting ready to play the Knicks. I forgot who it was that we beat, but it was some amazing performance. Karis was feeling amazing. Kevin Durant was chest bumping people, and then we make the trade for James Harden. And then slap around the Knicks with basically no one out there. While we're trying to figure out how Scary Hours is going to work when everyone eventually returns to the team, Spencer Dinwiddie is on the sideline churning up his own shenanigans, talking about he want a max contract and he can make it work through cryptocurrency. You want to talk about a distraction? This man had the nerve to be talking all that trash and then going back and forth with us when we telling him, buddy, you ain't worth no max contract. Not that he's not worth it, but he's not playing up to par of what you would assume a max contract goes to. And we're trying to give him a reality check. Like, listen, okay, John Collins might have tricked Atlanta, but it ain't going to work over here. Not when we just traded for James Harden. Kyrie's coming back eventually, which I feel like we're saying the same thing now, but that's not even there. And Kevin Durant, even though he was hurt every now and again, he came back when it mattered. Where the 5'10" Jordans do you think you fit in that, my friend? Where do you think you fit in that? And as you can tell, I'm censoring myself so hard right now because I cannot stand this individual and the nerve of this man. So then it comes to the summertime, right? Biggest letdown in New York history, if you ask me. In New York sports history, the biggest letdown of all time. Kevin Durant runs out of gas, airballs a jumper, it's over. We've been eliminated in the second round, overtime or not. All anyone remembers is it was an L. It was an L. So we're sitting at home, licking the jive out our wounds, while everyone in the league is talking trash about us, like, I told you it wasn't going to work with the Nets. I told you it wasn't going to work. And sidebar, people who are trying to get their stuff off of, I told you the big three wasn't going to work. The reason why they said it wasn't going to work is because there was only one ball. None of y'all predicted that Kyrie was, well, I predicted the vaccine thing, but that's not even there. None of y'all predicted that this vaccine mandate thing was going to happen. Kyrie would be the cause of it, and James Harden was secretly plotting to get out since he hurt his hamstring to begin with in the second round. None of y'all predicted that. Y'all said it was because it was just one ball. So don't even try to get in your bag of, I told you it wasn't going to work, it was never going to work. They never played together. And when they did play together, they never lost. But that's not here and there. So we're dealing with all this offseason shenanigans. James Harden is getting arrested in Paris, which again, I didn't even make a story on that trying to defend that man, but that's not here or there. James Harden is getting arrested in Paris with a little baby and stuff like that. We don't know where Kyrie went, hoping he's rehabbing his ankle, I guess, and Kevin Durant is carrying the entire country to a gold medal. But all we hear in the sidebar conversation is this man is still trying to get his max money and his max contract, and this man, I'm talking about Spencer Dinwiddie. And I'm sitting there like, you know what, I think this man's gone. Because Joe Tsai was kind of planting the seeds like, bro, you ain't getting that contract. You can get a contract, but you ain't getting that contract. And I remember making a video on Newsbreak. I don't know if I can break the fourth wall here, but I remember making a video on Newsbreak saying this man is gone. This man is gone. It's a wrap. It was our first L postseason. Like that was our first offseason L. I said he's gone. Then we really start getting into the trade conversations of, well, where is he gonna go? We just gonna let homie walk? How are we going to go about it? And while I admittedly don't remember how it is we got rid of him exactly, I know that it was more so trying to find accommodations for Spencer because of all the great things he did for us. Now, again, you'll have to excuse me. I've only been here 2 years, but you'll have to excuse me. Only been here since 2020, so you'll have to excuse me. What good times exactly are we referring to? What specifically did that man do to warn us giving him farewell tour energy, to warn us trying to make sure he gets to a good position? Y'all didn't do that with Karras. Y'all didn't do that with Jared Allen. Like, I can get if it's Taurean Prince, get out of here. I can understand if it's Musa, get out of here. I can understand if it's Kurus, get out of here. But for Spencer Dinwiddie, what did he even do? That's not even there. So we got nothing back. We got nothing back for Spencer. Same thing with DeAndre Jordan, which, again, I don't understand the priorities of who gets special treatment and who doesn't, but that's not even there. So we get nothing back for Spencer Dinwiddie. Gets off to a slow start in the Wizards. Because, again, he's not that guy. I don't know who needs to hear this, but Spence ain't all that. I don't know who needs to hear that, but Spencer Dinwiddie ain't even all that. I'd take peak Jeff Teague over Spencer Dinwiddie any day of the week. Sever said with pride. That man ain't even all that. Peak Isaiah Cannon over Spencer Dinwiddie. But it takes him a little while in the Wizards. And eventually they're to a point now to where the Wizards have won, this crazy amount of games, and they're making a big playoff push, and Spencer Dinwiddie has been playing great. He actually had a game winner over the Celtics just before us, so it was a back-to-back game winner on some DeMar DeRozan, if you will. So he's really, really taking the Wizards to new heights. Oh no, that's not the case. He got traded again mid-season to the Mavericks because he's trash. Y'all don't want to hear it? I'll say it. Throw it on me. This man is on team number 2 in a year. But this man, congrats on hitting the game winner. Cool stuff. But the extracurriculars, running off the court, like he done sent Paul George, Melo, and Russ home or something like that, like he Damian Lillard. Like he standing up on the table like he John Wall. Standing up on the table like he D Wade with the cornrow. Spencer Dinwiddie, you hit a really cool shot on us. Sure, I get it, cool. And then you're going to run to some individuals of a certain demographic that I can't get into because this is Nets Republic. You're going to run over to them and give them dap and be cheeked up with Mark Cuban like, oh, thanks for trading for me. You mad Montrezl Harrell was outplaying you? Like, is that what we're getting at here? I bet you Frank Ntilikina locks you up in practice, doesn't he? I've never liked Spencer Dinwiddie. Ever liked Spencer Dinwiddie. Ever. And you nasty individuals who are sitting there saying, ooh, I'm happy for Spence. I'm happy for Spence. Spencer from iCarly, is he in a good relationship right now? Is he getting that Paramount Plus money and he's investing in stocks or something like tell me the upside of what he's been up to. Oh no, Spencer Dinwiddie? Why? For what? What are you happy for him for? We're fighting for our lives trying to get a playoff spot and avoid the play-in, and you're giving the round of applause, no Waka Flocka Flame, for Spencer Dinwiddie? That wasn't D'Lo who hit the shot over us, and just the gall of Spencer to be beating his chest and screaming at us like we're the one who gave up on him and let him go because you couldn't get a max because you're greedy, because you're a greedy bum? What you mad at us for? Katie talk trash to everyone. You ain't special. Katie probably look in the mirror and start brushing his teeth and learn a new technique of how to brush his teeth and start talking trash to the toothbrush. You ain't special. I mean, the gall of Spencer, the absolute unmitigated gall of Spencer. With Luka, I don't like him, but he like that. I don't like Luka, but that man nice. And I can't really talk trash for homie nice. I do, but I'm on my Skip Bayless. I'm on my Nick Wright. But with Spencer Dinwiddie, like, people want to give him props because he's been playing better, are the same people trying to hype up the Celtics. Marcus Smart assassinated Steph Curry, and you're still hyping them up like, ooh, they just beat the Warriors. Well, yeah, Steph's out for the season. I don't do the box score game. I don't do the analytics game. I watch the games. Sometimes I fall asleep in the third quarter, but I watch the games. I don't do the morning after general water cooler talk, Siri, who won, blase. I don't do that. I watch the games. I see these individuals with the eye test. Speaking of seeing them, where's the Steve Nash hive now? That's not even there. There has been no analytical value in this video. There's been no review. I'm just mad. So there. If you don't see this video, it means I went a little bit too hard and I was not allowed to post it. But assuming no one gets mad at me for posting this, you saw it and I meant every word. Don't take it out on Nets Republic. Sever the bond.